Hello, welcome back to Pick My Brain podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Chan. Well, I hope you enjoyed the previous two episodes of Pick My Brain podcast. And, if you did not catch the two episodes, the links are in the description, so make sure you check them out. Episode 1, it's about college essay writing timeline, and episode 2, it's about your letter of recommendation from your teachers and your resume. Now, today, we are going to talk about extracurricular activities. Now, they are important. I think a lot of people knew this. Well, sometimes the more is not necessarily the merrier, and having the good type of extracurricular activities will boost your college application, and it would strengthen your profile as an applicant. And sometimes you may also find out your career when you have the right kind of extracurricular activities. So please stay tuned and listen to the entire episode of Pick My Brain Podcast, episode 3 on extracurricular activities. Without further ado, I hope you will enjoy this episode of Pick My Brain Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Season 1 of Pick My Brain Podcast. Season 1, it's all about college application stuff. This episode is episode 3. We are going to focus on extracurricular activities. All right, so one thing that I would like to share with you first, I think I said it in the last episode, at the end of the last episode, that is, the more is not necessarily the merrier, okay? Now, let me share something first. That is what I thought about extracurricular activities. When I was a student back in the days, I was told that you need to have a good amount of extracurricular activities, such as volunteering, maybe school sports. I did sports. I was a goalie in my varsity school team, and I'm pretty proud of what I did as an immigrant, as a new student. I was in a very small school. It's a Catholic school, and sports was the only thing that I could do because I did not drive. I didn't really have a ride back then. Fast forward to my life as a teacher. I looked at a lot of students, and I taught in a very good school. And by good, I mean great students. And they are so engaged in academics. And they also participate in a lot of extracurricular activities. One thing caught my attention. I sponsored a club. It's an Earth Club. And I would, back in the days, I would see students who would join our activities, like trash pickup, tree planting, great stuff. But I do have to say that some kids, they were not doing these activities because they love the environment. They were doing this because they meet the volunteering hours. And so they're just accumulating the hours. And in my school, I believe that if you accumulated 100 hours of volunteering, then you get a little medal. And I was like, okay, whatever. Now, I'm not saying volunteering is bad, but I believe that it's getting more relevant nowadays, and that is the colleges and universities, they are not just going to look at how many hours of volunteering did you do. They are looking at your resume and say, all right, so you, William Chan, you did these volunteering. Let me see what you have done. Is there a close relationship between what you have done and what you want to be in the future? And that's a very important thing. If you say you want to be a doctor, then you should engage your work. And by work, I do mean everything inclusive. Volunteering, internship, shadowing, whatever. Any activity should be closely related to your future path. Because nowadays, it becomes very costly to sponsor a student or to accept somebody as a student And then they end up switching their mind or switching the field and not graduating within 4 years. These universities, they want you to be out, because if you are if you are spending more than 4 years, it hurts their ranking. You are wasting the resources that they are providing you. Okay, they do subsidize students. Okay, so if you spend more than 4 years doing something, doing your major, it's a loss to them. Okay, now I don't know the exact monetary amount, but I do know that a lot of universities, they have these initiatives to make sure that students are graduating within 4 years. So the extracurricular activities must be relevant to your own path. I'm seeing some students, they are spending a lot of time in high school to extracurricular activities that are not relevant to their own major. They had this and by they, I don't mean just the students, parents alike. They thought that my son, my daughter has a whole lot of extracurricular. Should be great, right? It turns out that depends. It really depends. I was talking to a Rice professor not the other day. It was quite many years ago. And the conversation was about extracurricular activities, college admission. And the professor, who was, I believe, part of the admission process, he said this. By the way, it's from a Rice University, top tier university. He said this. He said, sometimes when we, according to him, when we look at the resume, there's so many things on the resume. And it makes me wonder, okay, makes the professor wonder, do you have a life to wonder, to be curious, to find out what you want to be? Okay. Just a moment ago, there were a few students talking about college admission results, and they were like, "Oh, I'm so surprised that this friend did not get accepted because he was this school captain or team captain, blah blah blah, student council." Then I was like, "Okay, so what does she want to do?" And my students were like, "Actually, no idea." That's a problem. What you do should speak for who you are and who you want to be, okay? And sometimes your school may not be helping you to become who you are. And this is why you need to fight for yourself. You need to find opportunities for yourself so that you can become better in this field that you intend to enter, okay? Now, here's another thing I want to share with you. Okay, two things actually. And number one, there's a book called The Outliers, written by Malcolm Gladwell. Great book. In the book, it talks about 10,000 hour rule, which is approximately 10 years that you put into to the things that you love. And that is, you want to spend at least 10,000. If you are passionate about something, you will need to spend at least 10,000 hours to become somewhat of an expert. And if you have not put in the hours before you apply to college, the volume that you are really speaking, it's really weak. And that's not a good thing at all. Okay? That's really not a good thing at all. So you want to use your extracurricular activities, your job, employment, internship, whatever you do outside of school, to speak something about your passion, your future path. Okay? Whether it's about researching. And by the way, if you say, well, I don't know anybody, I don't know any professor, hey, let me give you an idea, okay? You can credit me if you want to. I don't care. Start reading research papers, okay? Go to Google Scholar, find some research, or go to university websites. You know what you want to do with the major. Find the faculty members or members in the university that you want to apply to. Read their research paper and document your journey from an ignorant, clueless student to somebody who is working his way or her way to become a more knowledgeable person. Start a YouTube channel. Show something cool, right? Do something. Create something. Okay? So there's always something you can do. And if you need help, go drop a comment. I might be able to give you some advice. okay, or email me. So do something, okay? That's number one, okay? Spend your hours. Put in the hours, okay? It shows who you are. Number two, I have a cousin, her daughter, really good with her piano skills. My cousin's daughter, she's so excellent, wonderful, fantastic, skillful, exceptional, winning all these awards, and I'm simply amazed that a little kid like she is, 16 years old, had gone through so much, competing, training, practicing. Like, she has her own story. And I believe that she will be a great asset wherever she goes to. Does she go tree planting? I don't know. I know one thing. I know she says to her mom that she really hates school because it's so boring. And by the way, if you feel that you are bored at school, I would recommend you to read a book. It's written by Todd Rose. He's a professor at Harvard. And let me go find out what the book is. Todd Rose. At the End of Average. Yes, The End of Average. This book, I read the entire book. I first listened to the audiobook, and I bought the book and I read it all again, and it's mind-blowing. So I'm not going to spoil the book, but yeah, if you hate school, if you find school boring, this book is for you. Okay. And by the way, you can make videos talking about books and show it on your resume. That's your extracurricular activities. Just an idea again. Okay. So back to the main message. Okay. Back to the main message. Your extracurricular activities must be relevant to the story, to the narrative of showing who you are. If you are not on message, then you're presenting something ambiguous, conflicting, and that would only mean that you are less likely to be considered. Okay? So please think about your future. Okay? And I, for one, regretted how late I realized about my future. I wasn't thinking. My mom didn't educate me that way, but I'm happy that I figured it out. I'm very happy, by the way. Like, the moment I decided that I would like to be a teacher, it was the best day of my life ever since. I mean, I had my ups and downs in teaching, but overall, it's been a very joyful ride and still going on right now. So yeah, like, this is the reason I'm making this podcast. Like, when you love something, you do things that you know it has to be done. It's not for money. It's just something that you want to do. So if you have any question, any kind of pickle, any kind of dilemma, okay, feel free to drop a comment, and I would do my very best to respond. And if it's lengthier, I probably would do a little Q&A separately, so that and I will let you know if that's the case. Okay, I will let you know if that's the case. But that's the message. Extracurricular activities, it matters. And it matters more if it's relevant to your true passion, your true path. Don't put a lot of items that don't speak in volume for your own passion, your future. Okay? That's my advice for today. I hope that my advice would give you some insight of how you plan for your college career, your high school career. And our next episode, it's about passion. Oh my God. It's going to be fun. Because I went from a person who had no passion at all. Or actually, it's interesting. It's interesting. I'll just tell you more next episode. All right. So let's call it, let's finish this podcast right here. So thank you for listening. And I will see you again in episode 4 of Pick My Brain podcast, season 1, college application. Next episode will be about passion. I'll see you then.